3, 2, 1.
今夜もミュージックトレイン君へのラッキートレイン笑い合って抱き合って幸せにほらなれるように
9. What are you, a fucking... Okay. Wait, no. I said I was just starting this episode. That's not the joke. Okay. Soul Eater not. More like Soul Eater hot.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Weeb Club. I'm fucking leaving now. Bye.
By the way, if Vindy
done.
says meme, I'm gonna
I don't
fucking
even
take him
know.
out behind the shed and
You
shoot
know?
him.
That's... Okay.
I'm
Her
gonna
name is
fucking
me.
hang out in here. I'm gonna hang out in here.
I'm gonna take you back behind the shed. Let's go, Vindy.
No,
We're
I'm just
get in
gonna
the
hang out
fucking
in
truck.
here.
We're going
I don't
behind
need
the
to be on
shed.
this
Please
episode of the
fucking
Weeb
old
Club.
Yeller me.
I don't need to be
I
here
want
anymore.
nothing more.
I'm just gone.
Joe,
I'm
you fucking
leaving. I
old
left.
Take me
Fine,
out
old Joey.
back, gun to the back of my fucking head, pull the goddamn trigger. That's what I want. That's what I've been waiting for.
Can you shut the fuck up, please?
I'll ask you to tell me about the rabbits right before. Don't worry.
So anyway, before we get into Soul Eater, next time we are breaking new ground. We are watching Garo versus Road.
Okay,
which
so
is
so it's your pick and then is my long pick.
Wait, what is this?
I wanted to make sure that okay.
Wait, what are we watching?
Garo versus Road, the Garo season that aired this year. It's disconnected from the previous seasons. It's you watched the first few episodes of
my
Garo,
God.
right? When I started the
We're
streams.
watching Toku, but that's for man
asking you-
children.
yeah, okay.
That's for man children. It's for selling toys.
I've never completed a Toku series.
Yeah,
so
you haven't.
So
you
Garo
fake
versus
bitch.
Road is they're gonna be your first one. So
Yeah.
None might join us. I don't know for
He
sure.
won't. He won't. He sucks. He sucks, and I hate
That's
him.
right, because this is the seasonal, so we can talk about how none was on the last
Backlog.
episode.
Or the backlog. Yeah.
Sorry,
So,
yeah.
Dumb
This
bitch,
isn't-
dumb
whatever.
whore, dumb
Shut
slut.
up! Shut up! Shut
Don't
up!
tell me to
shut
shut up. Don't
shut
tell me to
up,
fucking shut up, you bitch, you whore.
I don't
yeah,
care how fucking small your fucking tiny little fucking dick is.
What do you
okay?
want?
But
Why do you
yeah,
want to talk
I'm-
about my dick, homie?
See,
That's
well,
weird.
the thing about it though, I mean, I doubt very many. If there's people who on the watching Weeb Club who have seen Garo, then that's cool. But I've only seen season 1. What's seen maybe a few early episodes of season 1, and
I
Vinny
need to
hasn't-
finish it.
hasn't
How
seen
many
any of it.
episodes is
That's
season
not
1 though?
true. That's not true. There was
Oh,
an
you've seen
anime called Garo Vanishing
Oh, my
Line or
fucking
some
God.
shit that came out in like
Oh.
2017. And in 2017, I was like kind of a fucking seasonal fiend. And I kind of
Oh.
watched a shit ton. So I watched like 3 episodes of it because it had like a banger opening, and I didn't watch anymore.
Okay, interesting.
Wow,
That's
fake.
huh.
Fake ass.
Because yeah, there is a whole like Garo anime series. I don't know how connected they are, but it is I guess more connected to the like, or at least not connected, but it is in the same like setting conceit. Where Garo vs. Road has apparently even a different setting conceit apparently. So I have
Yeah.
no idea what to expect for the most part, aside from some basic like battle royale stuff or something. I don't know.
Regardless, right? I think I still need to actually finish the first Garo because I might as well. How many episodes is it?
It's only like 25 episodes.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll fucking
and
finish that shit.
a movie finale that's better than the TV series finale. But and there's like another movie or two, but they aren't necessary watching.
Got it. I can't wait for it to not
Wait,
be
are
as
you
good
saying
as
season 1
Kamen
is
Rider,
necessary
Kamen Rider
watching or no?
guy.
No, I'm saying, were you making a joke or were you being legit?
Me?
Vindy.
No, I was fucking with you.
Okay, just making sure. If
Yeah, I
gonna
was
take
just
part
saying
with that
I can't
response.
wait to watch it and still think it's not as good as Kamen Rider guy. Hell yeah, let's go.
Okay. What does that
Let's-
have to do with anything?
It needs that Urobuchi. The Urobuchi are superior, and he created Toku.
Well, tell that to None, because he stands Garo. So
He's only look. Where's that fucking?
Yeah, I know, he's-
no,
like,
where's that
like,
fucking
no,
message you sent
no.
where it's like Nemanji about to fucking like
well,
replace.
because the only two Toku he's finished are Garo and Shibuya 15.
Okay.
And then when he was like talking in the Toku channel, he was like, man, I
Here,
might like
I'll
Shibuya
just fucking
15
tell
more
him
than
right now.
Garo. And I was like, None when he is about to
Craftsdwarf,
remove
can we
Garo
talk-
from his first favorite
Craftsdwarf.
Toku after watching a second Toku, because that's actually what happened.
my top one. My top one. Also,
Right, like
Craftsdwarf. By the way, can we talk about how you pronounce Garo? Garo.
Guro?
Garo.
Guro?
Garo.
no.
Remember that one time Guitar Skater wrote a Guro fanfic about you and Retro, and Retro
That
was
was-
like, really fucking mad about it?
Well,
Like,
we all
Retro was,
got
like,
mad
so
about it.
fucking pissed.
It was-
No, I didn't. Because what he did was he took an existing Sonic and Knuckles fanfiction.
Yeah, it was so bad.
And changed the names around.
Yeah, it was so
to
bad.
Be you and fucking Retro.
I didn't
And
like it.
I thought it was funny.
I didn't
and you
like
were just
it.
like, this makes me a little uncomfortable. And Retro was like, Guitar Skater, you're a fucking terrible person. Who would ever fucking read something like this? Who would ever write something like this? Who would ever even fucking think of something like this? You're just a disgusting human being, and I want nothing to do with you. That shit was so fucking funny.
I mean,
dude.
to be
I
fair,
fucking stan Guitar Skater.
I mean, to
My
be fair, I
fucking
can't believe
MC.
Guitar Skater wrote Ichigo 100%. Anyway, today we are talking about Soul Eater Not.
Soul
Yay.
Eater hot.
Okay, I'm leaving again.
So, I guess. Oh, well, I actually wanted what here so I can, because I wanted to talk about the fact that Soul Eater Not. Okay, I'll just talk about it. So, Soul Eater Not it's a prequel to Soul Eater, but obviously you're supposed to read it afterwards. So, for like the non-spoiler discussion, I feel like we should maybe talk, because like you can't just read Soul Eater Not, but we haven't discussed it. So it's like
We also haven't discussed Soul Eater. Okay.
no, that's what I mean. We haven't discussed. That's what I said. Or what I meant
Well, you
to
said
say.
it, and it, you know.
Well,
it can
obviously,
mean
we're
either
discussing
thing.
it right now. Of course, we haven't discussed it before. The implication
Okay.
was that we haven't talked about Soul Eater.
Yes,
so,
but
These fucking apes are fucking arguing.
Ah!
These fucking apes, I swear to God.
but anyway, well, I guess I feel so. Basically, like, obviously, if you want to read Soul Eater or not, you should read Soul Eater. But I guess we should still like kind of compare it. Like, I guess
so,
talk about it.
you
Yeah,
know
we're
what?
going.
I think this is gonna be the first time. Here's what we should do. I'm actually being serious. Okay.
I don't think you are.
I think we should give very cursory thoughts of like very very cursory thoughts of Soul Eater Not, and then just instantly go into spoilers for both Soul Eater and Soul Eater Not, just so we
Maybe
don't have
so.
to
Well, maybe you should talk about like just
Well, let me
like
just-
Soul Eater
can I-
primarily in
Yeah, yeah, so-
comparison
okay.
to
Can I
Not.
talk about
That's
it
true.
first?
So cursory thoughts, yeah, but I think cursory thoughts about what we think of Soul Eater and what we think of Soul Eater Not, and then do spoilers for both, and not necessarily to talk about Soul Eater, but to talk about the comparison,
Well,
if that
okay.
makes sense.
So I gotta talk about this real quick, right? So like I watched this show when I watched the anime adaptation for Soul Eater Not when it came out, and okay, oh my God, I gotta show you something. It's fucking tragic. It's the worst thing ever. Like, what the fuck is what the fuck is happening here? Like, this is what these two look like in this fucking anime. Like, what the fuck is going on? What is happening?
Wait,
this
what?
is
That's what they
terrible.
look like?
It's so. What the fuck is going on?
Because part of the reason that it works so well is, and I didn't know this until we started, because normally when I see that it's like a spin-off, I assume it's not the original creator doing it, right? Like when you look at like MHA Vigilante, or like most spin-offs, right, aren't done by the original mangaka. But part of what makes Soul Eater Not so cool is that Okubo did it, which means that, like, as far as I'm concerned, you can consider it all canon.
Yeah, no, it literally is canon.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And so, like, because that, it makes it like this really interesting thing. And like that's what makes it cool is like you see Soul and Maka and all these characters drawn by the man who drew them originally, and that's fucking awesome.
Like, okay, what the fuck is happening here?
Why did they make Meme so unhot when she's so insanely hot?
Vindy, what the fuck is this? This is like when
I didn't realize how bad the anime looked.
Do you
Holy
know what
shit.
I have? What do I have this shit at? Because I know it's a fucking low score. Because
That's so funny. Because
The
I
anime
actually
is-
think that like the manga, like it doesn't look like. I think Soul Eater and Fire Force both have better. Also, it's interesting to me that this is the second Okubo. Like we're talking about Okubo manga in like reverse order. Like we started with Fire Force and now we've gone back to
We're
Soul Eater
backwards.
Not. So now we have to go back to Soul Eater and talk about them in reverse order.
So let me tell you this, right? I have Soul Eater Not's anime as a goddamn 1 out of 10 because watching this is fucking painful. It's actually just fuck. Because first of all, they create an anime original ending. First of all, some weird
What?
shit happens. The biggest offense is that it's fucking ugly. I don't know what the fuck was happening with the fucking anime, but it was fucking ugly. So when I went to read this and it was just Okubo's art, I was pissing and shit and coming. I was having a good fucking time. I was like, holy shit, these characters are hot. And I was having a good fucking time.
Oh, when they're when they're in the gym uniforms.
Ooh.
Look. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I would say Meme is one of the hottest Okubo ladies. I'm also only calling her Meme. I don't give a fuck.
I know,
That's her
because you're
name.
evil,
as far
you're
as I'm
terrible.
concerned. I'm not gonna say she's one of Okubo's hottest ladies, But two of his hottest ladies are in this, and one of them's name is Meme.
Okay,
So
you're wrong.
So anyway, I guess to give my cursory thoughts. So you guys read Soul Eater a little while ago, relatively speaking.
Okay, so I read it like literally over like 5 or 6 years ago.
While it was coming out, and you read right or
it was like
close
a little
or shortly
like
after it ended.
A year after it ended, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
and
what about you, Vindy?
It's been 3 years for me. So
Okay,
I actually
'cause-
do want to reread it really bad. It has been 3 years.
Yeah, so I read it this year. Me and Matthews did an end show on it, where we kind of like, it was my first experience with it, and she'd watched the anime, so we kind of, did 4 episodes discussing it as, arc by arc as usual. Overall, I liked it, and it has some really good stuff in there. It's though compared to not, I guess how I would say it is like, while I did really like Soul Eater, there was also some parts of it I just found pretty boring or unengaging. And then with Soul Eater not is like, the parts that were like less good were still like enjoyable because it's more of a slice of life comedy deal compared to like, not there isn't action stuff at any point, but and then but so it wasn't as like, and it was also shorter, so I wasn't like stuck with it for a longer period of time. And then the good stuff wasn't really as good as like the peaks of Soul Eater, but it was still pretty good. So I guess what I'm saying is like Soul Eater not is more like balanced, I suppose. But which also kind of makes sense because he does evolve as a like artist over the course, and maybe a bit as a writer over the course of Soul Eater. A lot as an artist. I liked both of them, and yeah.
I legitimately thought that outside of the fact that the girls were like super hot, until the last volume, this manga was boring as fuck. I legitimately, what the fuck? Why do you stack them, you fucking mongoloid?
I did it. I just now stacked them. For context, this is what he's talking about.
I like that I can respond to a what the what tweet and voice call, and he knows exactly what I'm saying. So I like, outside of like literally like being super horny reading the entire thing, I legitimately was like bored out of my mind until the last volume, which was like actually Kino as fuck. So I can't say I liked it, but here's what I will say that I think is the most interesting part is I think that like it adds a lot onto Soul Eater's world in some really cool ways, and it gives a lot of maybe it was there in the original, but from my memory, it adds a lot of like cool lore and backstory to the world of Soul Eater that makes me excited to reread it, thinking that all this stuff was like in the world.
It's a very good supplementary piece to Soul Eater. It's very good at like,
it's a good spin-off.
Adding to the world and little bits to the characters, like even though they're like the main characters has support roles, but you still get stuff about them, especially Kim.
It also explains like one of the biggest things that happens in like the very beginning of Soul Eater. That kind of just happens, and then like it explains it in this anime, which is pretty cool. I mean, the manga. Fuck me. I saw the fucking picture of the ugly fucking anime, and I immediately just said anime. That's what happened just now. Okay, but either way, yeah, I love Soul Eater. It used to be in my top 10, but because I've been reading more manga, it got shuffled down. But 100% if I reread it, it's gonna be fucking back where it belongs. But like, what Soul Eater not does is that like there's some shit there. It like builds up like to the start of the start of Soul Eater, and it works retroactively, especially with the case of a couple characters. Not necessarily like the main characters like Maka, Soul, Black Star. It does some stuff for like the Thompson sisters, and like there was some
Kim and Jacqueline, yeah.
Kim, Jacqueline, and fucking Oxford, the fucking hero. Looking, holy shit! I was like, yes, this is that good shit. This is that. Yeah, it's the same with like fucking Vindy, where it's like immediately the fucking reading this, I was like, my first thought running through my head was I need to reread Soul Eater right the fuck now. And maybe my impulse control will make me fucking read it right now, like as soon as we're fucking done, because like I have no impulse control. But yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like we're ready to move on to spoilers. So for both Soul Eater and Soul Eater not.
Yeah. So for context, Winchester just typed in chat at Vindy and said, "Say that you won't eat his ass. That's more likely to make him watch it."
Okay. At none. If you don't watch the Toku for the next backlog, I won't kiss you. I I know. If
Okay.
that doesn't get him. I also DM'd him, and I'll tell y'all after we record what I DM'd him.
So
But
I'll tell you what the coolest thing about this is that like it experiments with some of the mechanics of Soul Eater's world and like in a couple of interesting ways because I don't view it like Vindy does.
Yeah, and kind of
where-
and grounds them a bit.
Yeah.
Like it talks about how like, oh, people just become weapons. So like even if they, aren't becoming actual like fighters, they still have to learn how to control their powers so no one gets hurt. And that's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And
Well, there's-
it just like it builds into the stuff around what the main story goes into, because the main story was like the fighting witches and gathering souls, and here's the not class where it's like, yeah, they're just normal people who happen to have some of these abilities, and they deal with more like logistical stuff, and they're just kind of in the background. There's support characters.
And, like it fleshes out the world really well because it establishes
Well,
that like it's customary to have prime ministers be like weapon meisters or like weapons because it's just that's what it is, and like there's certain things about what Soul Eater Not does that like because like what Soul Eater the original manga did, it only focused on the Eat class, like that was like a big thing is that we only saw like the high intense action parts of it, but only now are we seeing that like the fucking weapons who are just normal ass people, like the not people, like the not class, which was really interesting.
yeah, I think the idea of just bringing in the not class, and I think like one of the most interesting ideas throughout most of it is that like our main character, right? Sugumi. Yeah. Thank you, Crapsdorf. You're
Hot
really
lolly,
cool.
what?
Your brain's really big. Shut up. Stop talking.
What are you talking about?
Is that like she has to be at this school because she's a weapon, right? Like, and the idea of like the social stigma that she faces for being a weapon is like really fucking interesting. And while it doesn't completely go into it fully, I think that like it is a cool idea, and I like seeing like again more of the Soul Eater world fleshed out. It's cool. I like it. It makes me happy.
Yeah, like I don't view it like so. Vindy views it as like it's boring until the last volume. I view it as like intermittently boring, right? And intermittently
you know what?
interesting.
That's probably a better way to phrase it. If I'm being
Because
honest.
like there's like sprinkles of like pure Kino. Because there's that one chapter, right, where like because it shows Kim
where
Dale.
she gets naked and fights him in the dorm. Yes, sir.
Okay, no, but like so there's this one chapter where Kim Dale's like she fucking like extorts Sugumi out of her money, and then Oxford shows up later on and gives her the money back. Gives Sugumi the money back. He's like, the only reason he's like the only reason she's doing that to me it seems is because she wants everybody to be afraid of her and stay away. But I know that she's a good person. And then
right, because she has even the nickname of she's the witch of the school when it's like, yeah, she is.
And like but then like
and she's keeping people away so she doesn't get discovered. Yeah,
she's best girl in this, by the way. She's so.
no, she's so great. I love her.
Kim
I actually
is
like
so hot.
I mean,
it's unreal.
I like Jacqueline, but
Shut up.
I mean,
I don't care what you like.
no, but like it's so good though because then immediately after that we see Kim in the background. She hears it and she starts blushing. She's like that idiot because her relationship with Oxford was really fucking cool. I remember reading it.
Not only Ox was good, her relationship with fucking.
Oh god, they were fucking like Jackie wanted to fucking fuck her at every second she could. She's like, please.
This
please,
manga is so
please,
gay and it's
I'm
good.
begging
We
you.
read 2 gay manga in a row.
begging
There were
you,
5
please.
girls in this manga, and all 5 of them. Look, the best part about this manga is the fact that it's revealed at the end that the entire manga is just about how Sugumi's actually a big-dicked Chad who's making a harem.
Polygamy is the point of Soul Eater.
I mean,
Quote,
honesty.
quote Okubo. Polygamy,
Quote-
good.
polygamy is abased, but only if it's women. Only if it's women having multiple women on their arm.
God, the fact that this is super way the fuck at the end. But the fact that they come back at the end and she has another fucking partner
That
is
was
like
fucking
the funniest
funny.
shit I've ever seen.
And they're like
that shit was so
they called her a
funny.
fucking player. It was the funniest shit ever. It's like, I mean, she is, and like
But it was so Kino though because there was like the spear, the scythe, and the axe part, right?
yeah.
And so she needed 3 people to be all the 3 parts. Either way, it was Kino as fuck.
And like, it's kind of a shame that it couldn't keep going with this story now because then they had to hit us with this last girl, and it's like, my guy, that's fucked up. You can't just give that to me and then
Are you
fucking
about
leave.
to tell me that the last girl was the hottest girl?
No, because I wanted to see more of that. Because now it's like you can't just hit me with this
Okay,
fucking
but
reveal.
she's like kind of also like not even that cute, so I don't even care.
Well,
I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
who fucking added me real quick? Hold on. Who the fuck?
Am I wrong? Crashturf, am I wrong?
I barely remember what she looked like.
I'll
Same.
post it. I'll post the page. I'll post. The
I mean,
page.
I thought she was kind of cute, but like, you know,
No.
guess you literally only saw her for 2 pages, Vindy.
I was about to
Not
say
that
one,
cute.
so
Not that cute. Not that cute. Not terrible, but not that cute.
She's okay, you know.
Yeah, but she's the least cute of the.
I'd
other,
pick her
the
up and,
other
you know-
three. The other three are all cuter than her.
I'd pick her up and what?
Sad.
Utilitarianism?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think this series, like, look, like, the way it added lore to the Soul Eater world, and some of the stuff with the characters, like, I think my favorite use of the previous Soul Eater characters from Soul Eater, right, was the way it used Liz and Patty.
God, yeah, that was cool. I like Liz and Patty in this.
That was easily, I think, my favorite part pre the final volume. And, like, there was, like, some cool stuff. And, like, you know, it's not bad that it's more of a slice-of-life comedy. But, like, my problem is, maybe this is, like, my own stupid fucking dumb fucking idiot brain.
There was better slice of life comedy shit in Fire Force and Soul Eater, the original story.
Not only that, I think part of it is that, like, when I'm reading a 5-volume manga, part of me's like, especially when it's, like, a slice-of-life comedy. Like, for me, a slice-of-life comedy, if it's only 5 volumes, it's like, I mean, what do I even expect to happen, right? Like,
Look,
it's gonna be over before it's begun.
Look,
you
the
know?
fact that I was more interested in characters that were from the Soul Eater world than I was in these new characters that they're introducing says a lot. Because there's one scene, right, where they're at the fucking flea market or whatever, and just fucking Maka's fucking hissing at everybody. 'Cause she's like, no one takes my books. No one takes my books. And Soul's like, you gotta fucking sell the books. You gotta sell the books. And some guy walks over and Maka just starts hissing at him like, ah! And Soul's like, stop. And that was like the funniest shit. And I was like, see, that's cool. I like that. Maybe it's because like what Soul Eater did was put these characters with like these wildly different personalities, right? And these situations that were both like ridiculous and also like badass at the same time. Whereas this is like, you know, I don't want to say typical Moe characters, but it's throwing typical Moe slice of life characters and then sometimes giving them superpowers. And it's like, you know, this is slightly less interesting than like right next door we have like the Thompson sisters, and over there we have Kim Dale and her relationship with Jacqueline and Oxford. And it's like, you know, they're good, but like I don't care about them, or like they're just not as interesting as the main Soul Eater cast.
Well, I mean, the main cast was interesting, but in Soul Eater, where like talking about just Soul Eater, not, I thought Tsugumi had the best stuff. So.
Oh yeah, no, well yeah, she will. You know, I wanted to pick her up
I'm
and
sorry.
what?
Like, and like seeing them again in Soul Eater not didn't make me go like, oh yeah, these characters. But it's like it's not that it didn't, but it's also like the best stuff was just in a different manga, and so like I don't know, it didn't make me like I don't know.
Who did you think had the best stuff in original Soul Eater?
No, he
didn't
said
say
in this.
This
manga.
manga.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not Tsugumi because she was.
Yeah, remember when
But what I
Tsugumi
was gonna
fucking
say-
beat Kishin Ashura and the fucking and
Yeah, when Maka, everyone,
in the
when
manga
Ashura was-
for Soul Eater, she shows up in the manga on Mal, according to Mal.
No, I don't. Maybe in the last chapter, I don't remember.
is she like furiously having a furious lesbian orgy with her
Gotcha,
fucking
bitch.
3 Meisters?
But anyway, well, what I was gonna say is because I
otherwise-
think my favorite use of the Soul Eater stuff in Soul Eater Not was actually Maka, because like what I thought was interesting is like not only like because in Soul Eater she's kind of like, you know, she's you know, comes across as average, and you know, next to fucking like Black Star and Death the Kid and Soul, she's like second rate, you know, and like that's part of her conflict and her, you know, kind of like her confidence and kind of figuring shit out. But in Soul Eater Not, like Tsugumi like looks up to her and like, you know, style models her hair after her and is like, wow, she's kind of like, oh, the Eat class is kind of fucking amazing. Like it frames Maka differently, and I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I love the moment where when it's like this tiny moment that I know, like I can't say I guess I know for a fact, but I feel like Okubo threw in just as kind of like a haha. But like there's this moment that happens where they're taught, like Soul and Maka are talking about the Halloween festival, and Soul kind of mentions that Maka's not good at fighting, or whatever. Like he mentioned something about that, right? That like, well, you're not that good at fighting, and like, not that that's not in the original Soul Eater, but like I thought it was really interesting seeing that, especially in Not, because it's so contrasted with the entirety of like the entire manga where Sugumi's like, oh my god, Maka's so fucking cool and so hot, and I want to fucking lick her fucking titties. And then you have like Soul, who just like fucking straight up tells her like, you're not even good at fighting. You really think we're gonna beat Black Star? Really? Like it was just like an interesting thing seeing that like even the characters that we know from Soul Eater are like so fun. Even like Ox, right, is like, not that he's not great in Soul Eater, but like you know, in Soul Eater he's kind of like, he's not the main trio, right? Mm-hmm. And in this, Ox is like a Giga Chad, you know?
Yeah, I know, he's a fucking
like
hero.
Really fucking cool. And it's great. It's really good. Like and I would be willing to bet again that like I'm sure a large part of the reason that like this is a good spin-off of Soul Eater is because it was done by Okubo.
Yeah, because like he actually understood, because he understands his own material.
Right, and you know, when you have things, and like I'm not gonna say My Hero Academia like Vigilantes, right, is bad, because I haven't really read it, so I can't really say it's bad. But I think like at a certain point there is a difference between, like, this guy's done 4 manga, right? He did Bi-Ichi, which is 4 volumes and went before Soul Eater. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, started before Soul Eater. And then he did Soul Eater, Not, and Fire Force. Right? So, like, he did this right after he fucking finished Soul Eater. So everything that he did in Soul Eater was still fresh in his mind. And, like, it shows. And because of that, like, it makes it this really cool, really interesting spin-off of Soul Eater, because it was done by the original creator. And that, like, inherently makes it, like, way cooler than most other spin-offs, because it's his world that he created, and it's his characters. And you know that everything that, like, any of these characters say is consistent with the characters that he created, you know? Which is, like, the most interesting part to me of this manga.
See, what I thought for me personally, what I thought the most interesting thing was, like, how, because, like, at the end it did kind of become Soul Eater, you know, with the having action stuff and, you know, the focus on soul resonance and stuff. But the slice of life kind of, like, how that sort of contrasted with it was neat, where it's, like, Sugumi, like, oh, she's in love with love. Like, she's kind of, like, accepting, you know, things as they are. Like, she's not ready to sort of move yet. And the slice of life was kind of used as, like, oh, she's, you know, she's having this, like, idyllic daily life, and because she's satisfied with things as they are. And, you know, because she's, again, like, anxious about having to make this choice between Anya or Meme, and as her, you know, partner. And so I just kind of like how it kind of ended up framing the slice of life stuff next to the actual, like, later character arc finale stuff. And I was like, hey, that's cool.
I think what it does that's kind of interesting is, and I mean, it never directly states that. Sorry, I saw something, but I think that, like, what's kind of interesting that it does is not just what it does for kind of Soul Eater, but also, like, or not what it does just inside in terms of Soul Eater or not, but it makes you kind of interested in, okay, now how did Black Star and like all the other weapon, it kind of adds like this level of to all the other weapon Meister pairings of, like, when you see a Meister or a weapon actually have to choose what Meister they work with, it's like, oh, like, even just to be working together, you know, there has to be this level of, like, wanting that. And then when you compare that with Soul Eater and, like, you look at, like, everyone in the, I don't even remember the term for it, but, like, the EAT class?
The EAT class, yeah, the EAT class.
Yeah.
And you compare that with everyone in the EAT class, it's like, wow, like, it's crazy to think that what we're seeing is, like, the lowest people at the school, and it kind of makes everyone that you know in Soul Eater way fucking cooler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I love that, and that was, like, the coolest part, and so that makes me, like, the biggest thing that this made me want to do is
reread Soul Eater.
Reread Soul Eater, yeah.
No, yeah, that's what this entire manga did. It was just literally filled me with this insatiable urge to fucking reread Soul Eater and fucking get around to it. Yeah.
Want to pick it for the Weeb Club at some point?
Hmm.
If we pick it soon, Crafts wouldn't even have to read it because he just
Yeah,
read it. And
I just
talked
read
about
it. Right.
Yeah, so then it would just be you and I that have to read it. As long as we do it soon enough.
I mean, yeah. It's just,
We could
you
fit
know,
it in a long pick. It's 25 volumes?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's 25 on the dot.
No, it is. It's within range for a long pick.
Yeah. Interesting. Oh, whose long pick is next? What?
Okay,
Wow.
if you don't want to watch Overlord, sure. We could do Soul Eater.
I'm not saying one way or the other. I'm just noting it's interesting.
Okay. All I had left to say is just the reveal that Meme is like part of her memory fuckery was because she was under mind control.
That was fucking really good. Yeah.
Yeah, that caught me off guard, and I was like, "Fuck," because it's like turned her quirky character trait, but it was built to enough with the one chapter where she was like, "Oh, this thing happened," and I forgot about it, and she actually like tried to remember it, and we kind of where it's like she recognized that this is like an issue, and she kind of wanted to get better, and then oh no, it's actually she's getting fucked with by the third Gorgon sister who didn't show up in the series, and that's why, because she fucking died beforehand.
This is so sad. She got beat by a fucking not student.
The last thing you had to say on Not This.
Because I forgot and I wanted to say it earlier.
They kissed.
They kissed.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Kiss.
Girls who kiss sometimes kiss.
They also furiously
No.
fucked.
We gotta change that sometimes kiss. Let's all agree that after this, once they meet back up, it goes from a sometimes kiss to an always kiss.
They furiously fuck every night.
They push their 3 beds together.
It's about to
Four
be,
beds.
It's about to be 4.
4 beds now. 4 beds now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Yes, sir. They push their 4 beds together. They all together kiss every night. They kiss every morning. They kiss all the time.
It's pretty
They
epic.
all kiss all the time.
It's pretty based, if I'm being honest.
I agree.
What the hell?
I agree.
So ready for final thoughts?
Yeah, this is gonna be a short episode, but yeah.
Not the shortest, but anyway, I gave it a 6 out of 10. For I already kind of gave. I guess we already kind of gave our general thoughts earlier, but yeah, I like it. I enjoyed it. It's not as good. I didn't like it as much as Soul Eater.
Oh wait, I had more to say. Wait. Oh shit.
Okay. Well,
Fuck.
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'll give it in final thoughts. Actually, I can give it in final thoughts. I can make it really concise. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was done. So yeah, go ahead.
I gave it a 6 as well, and I meant to say this earlier. I think I didn't realize we were like actually all done. I really like the idea that a weapon can have multiple Meisters, and especially the way that works out without her having a halberd, because it mentions early on that it's like a mix of all these different weapons, and then she has a different partner for each of the weapon parts, right? And so I think that's really cool because like you have Death the Kid, who's someone who's a Meister with 2 weapons, but the idea that like a weapon can choose multiple Meisters that like specialize in different things, and we see them all fighting together and using their different strengths, and the fact that Meme is trained in martial arts, so she's using like martial arts and getting close, while the one who's I'm pretty sure
Anya, her name's Anya.
No, I know Anya, but I was gonna say the one who's trained with the spear, because I'm pretty sure she's trained with the spear, right, which is better for longer range, so that you have like Meme can fight with the close combat just by herself, and then you have Anya at a spear with longer ranges, and so I think that's like this really cool aspect of
And they did a 3 soul
of what the story's doing.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. And so I really liked that, and that like made me like super into it. And before I like, if I'm being honest, before the last volume it was probably like a 4. So the last volume made me go from like a 4 to a 6. It was like the volume 5 was like actually good as fuck.
Yeah. I have the highest score again.
What?
I have the highest
have the
score
highest
again. What's been happening lately? Why do I always have the highest
I can't
score?
wait for you to reread Soul Eater and realize the ending is Kino as fuck.
Look, Vindy, I read that shit in like...
No. Hey, I didn't even make fun of you this time. I just said when you reread it, you will know. Right? Hey, that's
Kill
what
yourself.
I said.
Kill yourself. It's a 7. Look, it did make me tear up
You're
a little
so
bit.
toxic.
It did make me tear up a little bit with the fucking, with some parts of
Tear
it.
out of your dick when the girls kiss?
Well, I can't jack off at work, Vindy. I read this all at work.
Okay.
So,
You stupid bitch.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Next time, we're going to watch a shitty toku made for man children.
God, imagine watching a fucking toku.
Imagine making a video about a show based off of a toku and writing off the entirety of tokusatsu because you don't
Imagine
want to be given a
making
fuck.
an entire month on your channel dedicated to toku.
Oh well, rude.
Craftsworth, I'm kidding. I love you.
That's why I kind
Will
of.
Alright,
Garo
thanks for
come
listening.
out after Tokutober? Wait,
Yes,
is Soul Eater not the Halloween episode of the Weeb
I
Club?
guess so. Yeah.
Wait, is
No,
it
it's
though?
not.
Okay,
It's
'cause-
not because it.
Wait, no, because this upcoming Wednesday is Mahoka.
And then after that,
The
it's
next
Bloom and Dew.
Wednesday is Bloom and Dew, which is October 21st. No, this comes out right after fucking.
Yeah, it'll be
Halloween.
November 4th when
That's
this one comes
so
out.
sad.
I mean, it technically
That's-
works. It technically
okay,
works.
if I'm being honest, that's something we need to pay attention to in 2021. Is when are these seasonals coming out? And
Well,
start
that's the thing
picking
is
things
we've been
accordingly.
so good about doing these that we can actually like literally we can date them basically.
That's
like,
what
we
I'm
can,
saying.
We can
Yeah,
we can
is-
make our list by the date that they're coming out.
And
you
so
know?
we should start
yeah.
thinking about that. And so like
Actually,
the
we'll
20th
we'll have to
episode-
because like in a couple months we'll be start recording them for 2021. So
Yeah,
we can
so, like,
adjust.
the-
yeah.
the last episode in October, or we could have made it so that both October ones are maybe spooky themed, right? And that
Yeah.
would be more fun. Either way, that was
Right.
just a thought.
Depending, well, you know, we won't force it, but because obviously, like the thing is, the dated picks are still going to be follow our normal order, so we're just gonna have
Right.
to make it so that if
if
so,
you have something that could potentially work that you were thinking about picking, right?
right, of course, and we can't do anything about the patron picks, so yeah,
Right.
yeah.
The patrons are
right,
evil and want us to
yeah.
suffer. By the way, you should patron us.
Yeah. This was again a patron pick, so if you want to be a
So
part
yeah,
of,
if you get whoever made us read this one can get to choose something else, and then you can vote. If you want to make us do something real scary, Junji Ito Collection almost won for some fucking reason. I don't know why.
I don't get it.
Or emo is on there, or was.
Or emo's on there?
Yeah.
I know that rewatching all of Oragairu was also on there because I know people that were legitimately.
Yeah, because I'm also planning another video for it. I'm planning videos endlessly. It never ends.
Yeah, you're a monster. All right.
I hate myself.
Is that the end of this episode?
Yes.
Okay, thank you guys for watching this episode of the Backlog. Hopefully Namanj will be on the next episode. If he's not, we can kill him, I think.
Yes. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I was
All
going
right,
to say we
goodbye.
could do something else to him that'd be racist. Goodbye.
Oh.